All right, we're going to do boiler basics today, and we're going to quick go over the wiring of a natural gas boiler. That's simple. This is a slant fin boiler. This is a really simple boiler, and it was great, but they don't make it anymore. One time I shit my pants taking my kids to the park, and we had to turn around. They were really disappointed. So the first thing that we're going to see here is the T1, T2 terminals. That's our thermostat. That's going to be our call for heat. Our thermostat is then going to run through the aquastat on this. It's all part of this control. At the same time, a relay closes, starts the circulator. If the boiler's at temperature, nothing else happens. If the boiler's not at temperature, then it's going to start the trial for ignition. The vent damper is going to open. That's this plug right here. Once it's open, it's going to allow power to run through the burner circuit. Now, I have two wires here on my burner circuit. If you look, I have a red and a blue. Okay, this blue one is going to go down, and it's going to run directly into the ignition control. That's your common. Now, this red wire that I have here is going to be coming through two switches. That's our power or our hot. It's going to run through the block vent safety switch, which is right here. That does exactly what it sounds like it does. Then it's going to run back into the rollout switch, which is there to shut the boiler off if flames start rolling out the front. Then that red wire is going to come back. It's going to go to my ignition control. The ignition control is on a timer, so it's going to start the spark. It's going to open up the pilot valve. That's what PV stands for. When the flame is rectified, it's going to open the main valve, and it's going to fire the boiler. It's going to look something like this. All right, today we're going to be doing a main valve and a pressure regulator. This customer, for some odd reason, had her pressure in the house jump from like 60 to 100 pounds. I don't know exactly why that happens, but, it happens sometimes. I see a lot of guys on TikTok doing this same job, and they're in this, like, beautiful sunny place on the side of a house, and the grass is green, and they're drinking coconut rum and stuff. Yeah, not here. This is like under a desk that's built in. There's like a dog bed. This is where the dog sleeps. Pretty sure there's a mouse snapped in a trap right behind the wall there. In fact, he might have got snapped in there while I was working on this job because I definitely heard something. But I could just be losing my mind. That tends to happen when you're laying in a puddle of dog piss on a Berber carpet. But I digress. So I got this thing on there. I couldn't really figure a nice looking way to get it together, but I figure the only person that's going to see it is the cable guy if he comes back for one of the 15 splitters he left on the job. Or whoever cleans up that mouse. It ain't going to be me. I made a big flame with the flux right there. I don't know if you caught it, but I'm not in the habit of doing people favors, so I'm not going to burn this house down. Anyway, there it is. See you on the next one. All right, today we're working on the ladies' restroom. I identify as a plumber, so I'm allowed to be in here. Today we're going to be taking 3 toilets off the floor, and then we're just going to see where that takes us, because that's pretty much the only thing that you could do in a commercial building. They're like these magical places with endless possibilities of screwing your day up. But at least we're in the ladies' room. It's a whole different vibe in here. There's like house plants and candles and stuff like that. But anyway, for one, we're going to have to change these angle stops for the flushometers. This flange looks really bad, so I'm going to change this flange. I'm going to change the other one next to it because it doesn't look that great either. And since you guys are always asking me how much these things cost, I'm just going to let you guys guess, and then the winner, I'll send you a sticker or something, because it's really all I got for merchandise. Now, I was going to take the lead out and pour new flanges, but as it turned out, I couldn't get those styles of flanges, so I had to use these ones. And do I feel cool putting this in? No, I don't like it. I don't like it at all, but it's done. I got 3 new valves on there, put new flushometers on each toilet, and one of them, the valve snapped for some reason, so I couldn't turn the water onto it, but that's it, guys. See you on the next one. So I got in a fight with my wife the other day, and she told me that I don't do shit. All I do is pay the bills. I disappear from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every single day, and I must do it on purpose so I don't have to take care of the kids or the house. I thought that was a pretty weird assessment. I couldn't really argue with it, But anyway, this customer had a leak on a pipe going through his foundation wall. He had just recently had some landscaping done at the house, and he really wanted to protect the landscaping. So me and Josh, we dug about 6 feet down between the foundation wall and the pavers, so we could put a new pipe and a new sleeve with a new valve. Actually, you're going to see me put several valves, plus a pressure-reducing valve. And this customer asked if I could sweat the whole thing because he didn't really trust ProPress. I didn't really have a good argument for that either, but Maybe the case is I'm just not a very good arguer. I don't know. It's definitely a good thing that I did this instead of becoming a lawyer, man. But here I am. I'm going to sweat all these joints and try and make it as nice as possible because I really don't need anybody complaining about this job. You can see that I have my level out to see how badly I already screwed up. But you know what? It's plumbing. You kick it left, kick it right. Winds up in the right spot at the end of it all, and you're happy. I bought all my fittings at Home Depot this morning, so they all got the price tags on them. And I'm putting in this stupid mow and flow thing because the customer had it and he wanted it in there. I didn't connect it today. I got to come back for that. But I got other stuff to do anyway. So here it is. Another good long day of not doing shit. Now here's the best job. The hose guy. Yep. Love being the hose guy. Anyway, see you on the next one. All right, we're working on a commercial job here today. So I'm draining down the water. So I'm draining down a building. And you always got a pipe overhead like this. And nobody knows where it goes. It goes to like Hurricane Harbor or something. But you definitely don't want to have to drain all that water through the valves that you're changing. That's always a big surprise because you think you only got 2 bathrooms and then Jenkinson's aquarium starts draining on your head. But I'm taking this sink off because there's new tenants in the building and I'm going to be changing the valves, changing the faucet, and I'm going to be changing out the trap because you can't just touch one thing. You have to touch everything all at the same time. If you don't plan on doing that, then you're just going to screw yourself at the end. Here we go. I had to cut the bottom of this pop-up off. I'm going to be putting another pop-up on. I'm technically supposed to use a grid strainer on there, but it doesn't really matter. I'm putting in a Wolverine brass faucet. These faucets are pretty nice. They're all brass. They got a lifetime warranty. But again, that doesn't really matter. By the time somebody goes to change it, nobody really gives a shit about the warranty. They just put a new faucet in and charge them for it. But anyway, I tightened up my supply lines. I put a new 17-gauge 1.25" trap on there. And there it is. Money, baby. See you on the next one.
Oh, so you're adding a new valve basically. Hey, maybe time for me to do this job. Is it possible to change these pipes as well, or what do you think?
What, for this? It's not necessary. They give you, I think, new stuff when they do the installation.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Like this pipe is not important, but we'll use it anyway.